With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. So I've talked about this one before. So Black Widow. This is a movie that was announced a couple weeks ago. I didn't cover it the first time around, but now we're getting rumor that it's being planned for a 2020 release date. And that kind of makes sense, especially with Wonder Woman pulling in $821 million in the box office, and there being all the talks about the Silver Sable Black Cat movie and the Harley Quinn going over to Birds of Prey or Gotham City Sirens, whatever they're doing with that. Clearly, I guess you could say that the future is female in terms of a lot of these movies. And also, I don't want to forget Captain Marvel as well. And so giving Scarlett Johansson a movie that I feel probably is long overdue is a good thing. So it says here that the long-awaited Black Widow solo movie may be coming to theaters sooner than we expected. A new report suggests that the female-led Marvel Cinematic Universe film could come only 2 years after it was announced to be in development, which is entirely fine with this particular writer. A report from the Daily Mail claims that a script for the Black Widow solo movie is already in the works, with Marvel targeting a 2020 release date. Now, the script for the movie is an interesting one. I did mention this on the stream the other day, is that what you've got is it's the same woman who wrote the Olaf's Frozen Adventure, right? Like, she's the one writing the Black Widow solo film. And that movie, that short film, was not well received at all. And Frozen's one of the biggest animated movies ever. So when the short film is received so horribly that Disney has to pull it from the screenings, that's a bit of a problem. So I don't quite know what it's going to do, but given the current state of the MCU and where things are at, I'm really wondering where they're going to take the character. Now, the source told the Daily Mail that Scarlett Johansson has signed on to the film for a $25 million deal, and that Jude Law and Ben Mendelsohn, both of whom are confirmed to star in Marvel's only other female-led film, Captain Marvel, are being eyed as potential co-stars. Which, that's interesting to me, considering the fact that Captain Marvel is set in the 1990s. And this one is going to have to be set in, well, basically the end of the 2010s, right there at the beginning of 2020, going into the second decade. So ultimately, that's going to be a very interesting scenario, because how much older are they going to be? We're talking like the same kind of technology that they used on Robert Downey Jr. and Kurt Russell from Captain America: Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy. Never mind Michael Douglas, the younging on him for the opening of Ant-Man. Granted, Disney's been playing with that technology quite a bit, so they're probably going to want to figure out a way to maybe, age them up a bit more or something, or de-age them for Captain Marvel and then make them their current age for this one. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Now, the $25 million paycheck would push Johansson to the top of the highest paid actress list in Hollywood. Earnings from the movie could lead the actress to walk away with $30 million, but it would still place her well below Avengers Infinity co-star Robert Downey Jr., whose base salary for Age of Ultron was reportedly $40 million. It was also reportedly $40 million for Captain America: Civil War. In fact, that was actually one of the big moments that caused the division between Marvel Studios and Marvel Television. Mostly because of the conflict between Kevin Feige and Ike Perlmutter. Ike Perlmutter was the person who was pulling all the purse strings at Marvel at the time when this Captain America Civil War thing was happening, and they wanted to bring in Robert Downey Jr. Kevin Feige met with resistance. He then went to Bob Iger and told Iger, listen, I'm going to quit if I have to deal with this guy. Essentially, Iger stepped in, told Perlmutter, Kevin Feige answers to me now, and you get Marvel Television. So if you're asking yourself why the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which has now 5 or 6 different television shows that are tied to the greater MCU, aren't in the MCU, that is the reason. I'm not even making that up. That's exactly the reason. That is why we are where we are. I really wish Bob Iger would go in and then just, take over completely so we can make the MCU whole again. But that being said, I just want to kind of put out that I'm still a little annoyed at that myself. So that's one of the reasons why I want to bring it up. Now, it says here that it shall be taken with a healthy heaping of salt. Daily Mail doesn't have the most stellar track record when it comes to scoops. That's very true. And but it says here, how could it impact the Marvel Phase 4 movie release calendar? So what it says here is we've written before about the mysterious Phase 4, which has been heavily shrouded in mystery after the still untitled Avengers 4 opens in theaters May 2019. The world-altering events of Avengers 4 promises to shake up the entire cinematic universe, putting an end to a few beloved series while opening the door for others. Could Black Widow be one of the movies released soon after Avengers 4? Here is the list. So what we got is Thor Ragnarok, which is, already out, obviously. Black Panther comes out in just a few weeks. Yes. Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, all come out this year. So then you've got Captain Marvel, then Avengers 4, then Spider-Man. So 3 movies coming out the next couple years. May 1st, 2020, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is what they're suggesting. I agree with that. August 7th, 2020, maybe Black Widow. November 6th, probably Doctor Strange 2, because we know that movie did well enough to warrant getting a sequel, obviously. Then you've got Spider-Man Homecoming 3, probably 2021. That does make a lot of sense. The unannounced Marvel movie, late 2021, probably Ant-Man 3. Captain Marvel 2, early 2022. Avengers 5, summer 2022. Possibly Secret Invasion or Secret Wars, unannounced. Marvel movie, late 2022. So that could be a thing. But at the same time, here's something to consider. The Fox deal with Disney is set to take place in 2020, right? So whatever they've got, and this is just the MCU right here. We're not even talking about the Fox films. So these dates, these 3 films a year could easily expand to like 6 or 7 movies a year. Probably I'd say 5 or 6 movies a year. It could easily expand to that. That wouldn't be much of a problem at all because the market already wants it. The market's already ready for it. And if it's all under one umbrella, and it's still like you got 20th Century Fox releasing these movies and then you've got Marvel Studios releasing these movies, then it can be argued that it's not, oversaturating the market, which it clearly would be. But they are probably going to be bringing in X-Men and other characters. The 2020s for this situation for Phase 4 is probably being retooled entirely to wrap up. And if you look at this here too, you've got Ant-Man 3 possibly in 2021. Okay. Which at that point in time would make it obviously they'd want to wrap up that trilogy. Same with maybe Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be wrapping up, and that's going to be opening it up to the cosmos side of things, or cosmic side of things. And they're probably going to want to do another Doctor Strange and a bunch of other stuff as well. So it's weird to see what Marvel's up to. I don't quite know yet what to expect. If this movie is coming out, they're going to probably want to get it out as soon as possible because Scarlett Johansson is maybe not the best actress in the world, but she's definitely an in-demand actress. And if it's in Disney's best interest right now to keep these things moving forward.